When your members submit information for organizational approval, they expect you to process their requests quickly so they can move ahead with architectural changes and other plans. With a full ticketing system built directly into your website, you can handle data submission and review, confer with other administrators, and approve or reject each request after communicating directly with members. Click on the Forms tab to open it, and the Ticketing System tab to view a list of all tickets. This organization uses an architectural change request form. Let's walk through its process as an example of how the ticketing system works. Once members log in, they can access the architectural change request. You can set up your form differently, but this one includes a drop-down menu to select the type of request and data entry boxes to enter information about types and colors of materials, as well as the name and contact information of the contractor. File upload areas enable members to add color samples, blueprints, or drawings. A Submit button sends the request for administrative review and triggers emailed notifications to both administrator and member. On the administrative side, you can view tickets through the administrative dashboard, where a Tickets tab lists the most recent submissions, and the View More button loads the Tickets window. The Ticketing System tab loads a list of all the tickets that residents can submit. When you click on the View Results icon for a specific ticket, you can see a list of all the submissions for this specific ticket. Separate tabs display information about pending, approved, and rejected ticket submissions. A ticket can be pending review for 3 reasons. It's a new submission, it's a response to a request for more information, or it's a response to a modification request. Each entry in the list identifies the member who submitted the request, the unique ID number of the ticket, the status and date of the submission, the date of any recent amendment, the name of the last person to comment on the request, and action icons to view, approve, or reject the submission. In virtually all cases, however, submissions require review. When you click on the View Submission icon for the ticket submission that the resident just posted, you see the Request Details at the left, with an area for file attachments below it. This file attachment area displays items that you as the administrator or the member attach in the Ticket Comments area at the right. If the member attaches files to the submission request itself, those show up within the Request Details section of the ticket submission. If your organization includes multiple administrators, you may share overall responsibility for ticket approvals or even collaborate on responses to some submissions. To make a comment that only your fellow administrators can see, activate the Admin Only Comment checkbox. These comments appear with a gray background. Like regular comments, these trigger emailed notifications. Note that if you send a modification request, your comment always is visible to the member, even if you activate the Admin Only Comment checkbox. In the Comments area, you can add a note that simply remarks on the submission but doesn't ask the member to change anything about it. You also can click on the Request Modification button to send the submission back to the member with notes for revision. To add an attachment to your reply, click on the Include Attachments link. Anytime you or the member make comments on a submission, both of you receive emailed notifications. To approve or reject the member's request, click on the appropriate button at the bottom of the Request Details area. If you send the request back to the member for modification, the submission still shows up on the list of pending entries. When you make modification requests, both you and the member receive emailed notifications. The Approve tab shows all submissions that reached a satisfactory agreement. Likewise, the Rejected tab displays requests that failed to gain approval. On both of these tabs, you can see the name of the administrator who processed the submission and click on the View Submission icon to look at its details. Members must be logged into the organization's website and click on the My Dashboard link to access the Tickets card and view any submissions that require further attention. The member can see and open a ticket that requires modification. The administrator's comment identifies the nature of this modification request. At the bottom of the Request Details section of the ticket submission, an Amend button also signals the need for more information from the member. Clicking on the Amend button opens the Amend Form window. Here, the member can edit request details and attach additional documentation. Clicking on the Resubmit button updates the submission and returns to the main window for the request. The member can add a comment and attach additional files to that comment. If your modification request doesn't require that the member edit their original ticket submission, they can add a comment with or without attaching one or more documents in the Comments section to respond to the modification request. Clicking on the Resubmit button completes the resubmission process. When the member amends the submission and resubmits it, the ticket information is locked, so only another administrative modification request or approval or rejection can change it. Some tickets may move back and forth between member and administrators multiple times before the member's revisions satisfy the HOA or clearly show that the member's request will not be acceptable. Each time either party comments on the request, those comments show up in the Ticket Comments area, listed in chronological order, and both parties receive emailed notifications. Once you either approve or reject a ticket, it can't be opened again or modified, but you and the member can continue to comment on it. Within an individual ticket, all three submission tabs, Pending, Approved, and Rejected, provide a search area that you can use to narrow down the list and find specific ticket submissions by the ID of the ticket, the first or last name of the member who submitted it, their email address or phone number, their street address, city, state, or zip code. To clear a search, simply click on the Clear button. You also can use the Edit icon to revise the ticket itself, or the Deactivate icon to remove the ticket from your website. Note that any and all ticket submissions associated with a deactivated ticket also disappear, but that if you reactivate a ticket, all its submissions reappear with it. If you need detailed step-by-step instructions for any aspect of the ticketing system process, access the Help system from this icon in the Tickets window. Please like this video if you found it helpful, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll receive notifications about our new videos.